and welcome to Inside the Hive. I'm Trevor Alt, and believe it or not, spring is right around the corner, which can only mean one thing: baseball season. The Yellow Jacket baseball team has been hard at work for over a month now, practicing for their season opening trips to Kentucky and Florida. Luckily for Defiance, they've been able to get completely warmed up despite the cold winter weather through the use of the brand new George Smart Athletic Center. I was able to catch up with Coach Woodley and the guys to talk about how big of a boost the George is to their season opening practices.
Just giving us so much more room to do things as a team, defensively and stuff like that. But not only that, it gives pitchers a lot more room to work. We get live reads in the cage against pitchers off, live hitting and things like that.
It's unbelievable. This can just do so much for us. 2 cages, we can almost do a full infield. Our pitchers aren't cramped, so it's just been unbelievable in here.
Oh, it is phenomenal to have this much space. Being in the gym, being cooped up in the gym for 5 weeks is rough on anybody. So once we got in this new facility, it was, lights out. It's great to be able to long toss. You take for granted some of the things that you get to do outside when you move into a cold weather state. And, being in here is phenomenal.
It comes into the year looking to improve off of a season many of them consider to be a disappointment. Aside from relying on their young talent and gained experience from last year, the Jackets say an improvement in team chemistry is the factor that has them most poised for an exciting season to come.
Chemistry this year is a lot better than the past. I mean, before you've seen a lot of people divided, but now I just feel like everyone's come together this year, and it's such a better positive feeling in practice and even out of practice, and I'm just really excited to get down to Kentucky next week and get things on roll.
I feel like we're coming really together as a team. Last year we had a little struggles, but this year, I feel like we're coming pretty good as a family right now.
Honestly, I think the culture has changed, the attitudes have changed, and I think it's going to be a lot different than past years. Overall, we can be a good team, but we also have to play within ourselves.
We've just got to take steps forward. Everything that's happened in the past, that's over with. We've got to have a new mentality, a new mindset, and we've just got to go out and play ball the way we know how.
I think our team chemistry is much better than it was last year. Quite honestly, we had a bad year last year. We didn't win a lot of games. It was a tough year for everybody, and I don't think that our returning guys want to go through that again. And so they've really grabbed the freshmen and taken a hold of them and really brought them along and really made them feel a part of it. So I think it's a lot better so far.
4 members of the DC squad were named to the HCAC Players to Watch list. That talented group is composed of Aaron Helen, a sophomore outfielder who led the conference in stolen bases last year, and the remaining trio of Darren Waterman, Nick Brott, and Steven Lesko, all 3 of which take their positions on the hill as pitchers. The combination of the 3 of them, paired with a deep supporting cast, has the Jackets extremely excited about what the pitching staff will be bringing to the mound this year.
I'm super excited to have our pitching staff. We're young, we're talented, we've got a lot of experience being young. We have 3 stellar arms towards the top end of our rotation, and it's a great thing to be able to watch them.
Well, we're pretty excited about it because you've got Nick Brott, who actually didn't pitch last year, but 2 years ago did really well for us, and he's 100% now, and so we expect big things from him. He's got some seasoning behind him, so we think he's going to do a good job. Darren Waterman is a sophomore, but he's got a tremendous amount of potential, high ceiling guy. He's again a mid to upper 80s type pitcher that in our league that's really, really important. And then Steven Lesko, who didn't pitch a lot in high school, but really has a lot of tools and has really grown and gotten stronger. And we think with those 3 guys right there in our rotation, they give us a pretty good chance to win. And then Jake Taylor and Andy Habecker, guys that will also fill in the starting rotation. I think we have a really good staff this year.
I'm very excited for the pitching staff. I think they can have a very big year. In terms of Darren, Steve, and Brott, I think we have 3 guys that could be at the top of the HCAC in pitching. In wins, ERA. I think they can set the tone for the rest of the season. I think we're going to go as they go. Pitching and defense are what's going to carry us, and I think we have that.
With the squad that's looking to turn the corner from years past, Defiance has been leaning heavily on its senior class to take the reins as leaders of the program. DC returns 8 seniors to the roster this year, and thus far they have been stepping up to get the Jacket baseball organization headed in the right direction.
Brent Kramer, a senior, and Bryn Lehman, also a senior, have done a great job from a leadership standpoint. Bryn's been a 3-year starter for us since he transferred. Brent is the last couple of years has been a starter for us, and you know, those two guys have really stepped up and really in a leadership role. You know, the rest of our seniors, Levi Pauly, Clint Hoskins, Brett Ballou, I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but they've done a great job because they know, I think they know how important this program is to them, and they want to pass that along to everybody else.
Well, you know, the game has changed, but the players are the same. There's a lot of young guys. They're very talented, but the college game is much different than high school. And I think the more you can ease them into it and the more you can talk to them and let them know where they need to be, the easier it'll become. And, I mean, in the long run, I hope they can become the same type of player where they can talk to the young guys and get them going. In terms of talking and, I mean, being a leader, it's what needs to be done, because in the past we've had guys that do it, but we need to take it to the next level in order to succeed.
You know, we feel like we're making some improvements in our program in a lot of areas, and hopefully this year we can make that next step on the scoreboard.
DC begins their season Friday, March 2nd, when they head to Kentucky to take on Calvin and Center, and after another week of practice they'll be traveling all the way down to Fort Myers, Florida for a spring break packed full of solid matchups. Thanks for watching Inside the Hive's DC Baseball Season Preview. Remember to check in here at DefianceAthletics.com throughout the season for updates along the way. For Inside the Hive, I'm Trevor Alt. Thanks for watching, and go Jackets.